When I first met JR, what happened was I was in high school. I was about 15, and there was this new teacher, and he was a really cool guy. And I literally just went up and introduced myself to him. There was something about him that, he seemed like a guy I'd like to know. And he told me about this club that they were doing at lunchtime. And he basically was doing JR seminars. He was a minister in the movement, and he was, we'd circle up, we'd call on the light, and chant the Who, and then we'd all do contributions, and then he would be the last one to talk. And then he would talk about spirituality and how to get along with our parents and just really cool practical stuff. It was all really about spirituality. And every once in a while for the meeting, he'd play the tape of this guy that would put me to sleep, and I didn't really even know who that was. But eventually I realized that he was doing MSIA's teachings. He was in JR was the founder of that, and he took us up to a live seminar at Prana, and it was probably the first time, definitely the first time I met JR was at a live seminar at Prana. A bunch of students, drove up with it. We were all in Orange County, drove up to LA, went to Prana, and we go in, and it's in the ashram at 3500, and it's just everybody's chanting. It was just this amazing atmosphere, and JR did a seminar, and up to that point, I hadn't really connected with JR as, the spiritual kind of, director of MSIA. It was more kind of my relationship with MSIA was through this guy, and, it seemed like it was good stuff, and didn't really know who this JR guy was. But after that seminar, I really connected with JR.
So tell us one or two anecdotes that was a good one, but tell us another one that sticks in your mind out of all these years of working with JR.
The first time I really connected with JR, I'd never, I was kind of shy in the background, and the first time I really connected with JR was in November 1978 when I did my Insight 2, and JR was one of the facilitators, and John Morton was in that, was one of the participants, Paul Kay, David Rayner. It was a pretty action-packed Insight 2, and JR was going around with the other facilitators and talking to each person at the beginning of the training. And so I'm standing there going, oh my God, I'm finally gonna be face-to-face with JR. And sure enough, my turn came, and JR, turns to me, and the first thing he says is something like, "You're not taking responsibility." And I was like, whoa, and I don't even really remember the rest of the conversation, but it was just, it was this amazing connection, and just, that whole training and my experience was life-changing.
Can you think of something also in a metaphysical way that kind of got you a little bit profound, that sticks out, that you can talk about?
I can't, there's nothing that I'd be comfortable talking about that I can really think about, in the metaphysical zone of just, and I think the thing for me is just, JR's just been there for me and knows me. I feel like I have a personal relationship with JR. I haven't hung out a lot with JR in my life, but, I feel like he's my friend in the truest sense of being a friend, and I think that's the deepness of the relationship. The student teacher, the way shower. He's my captain. I remember when in the early days of staff, or I came on MSI staff in 1982, and JR would talk about how he would go in the spirit and look through things in the office, and I can't even count the number of times that just things have just kind of worked out perfectly. Even things that we didn't think were on track, we were working on Prana West, and JR would say, well, I hope we don't go bankrupt. And we're like, well, why is he saying that? Well, the project ended up taking 6 years and cost a multiple of what our worst case scenario was. But all throughout it, everything kind of worked out perfect. Everything that was a crisis turned around to be something that really worked out. And even through some of the tough times, it's all kind of worked out. And I've always felt like JR's there for us. And what I love about JR is he always lets us have our experience. You know, he doesn't interfere. I mean, he'll give suggestions. You know, when we're smart enough to ask, you know, he'll help us out sometimes. And but you know, I've always felt like, you know, he's there for us and supportive. You know, no, I actually haven't seen that side of JR. You know, and yeah, I'm really into food. I think my favorite thing about food was something that I felt. I don't know if this is accurate, but we were doing a lot of meetings downtown once. We're like literally 3 or 4 meetings every day downtown LA. And JR was totally cool with every day going to a different restaurant. And I was in heaven because, you know, I was like, there was restaurants I'd always wanted to try. And it was really fun. And then one funny part of that was every day, Paul K. would always be jealous of what I ordered. Whatever I ordered, it would look better than whatever he ordered. And then on the final day, he ordered something that I was jealous of, so it was all balanced. I was like, oh man, that pasta looks so good, and he was like, oh. But no, yeah, that's my.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, so last one, you're looking into the camera, talking to JR. What would you like to say to JR?
Well, JR, you know the level of love that I have for you, and what I've gotten right from the start. And you know, I checked out MSIA when I first got involved, but what's always been amazing, I guess is the word, just to me, because it's so deep, is just the truth of the teachings and how loving is the core to everything that we do, and how it transcends the pettiness that is in this world sometimes. And I love that truth, and I love the way that you express it. And you know, even now, after being in MSI all these years, I can watch a JR seminar, and I just feel like I just want to drink it in, because it touches me so deeply. And I love you.